going on? Assalamu alaikum. Just got to record my brother's last part. Now I got to go home and put it together and edit it. But here we go. Here we go, people. Like that, huh? Hey, you know, it's a trip, man. I come from Carson, California to the United States ghettos, to the hoods, and to being over here, staying over here. Ain't that something? Hey, Frank, why you be on my boy like that, man? I seen you in his live today going crazy, bro. You crazy, man. Hey, you crazy as a bug, man, bro. I don't know what you got against that brother, man. That's insane, man. One day you'll change your mind, though. But what's going on, people? I just got to record my brother. I'm gonna drop it tomorrow. I gotta go home and edit it. But I'm gonna go home tomorrow. Go home tonight, and I'll probably do that. And I'm gonna drop it tomorrow around by like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. A lot of stuff is very interesting, man. It's like you know, the cold part about it is that a lot of that stuff is, you know, it's in his come on, Frank, get up out of here, bro. No, he didn't. A lot of that stuff, bro, is like if I said something to my 13-year-old self, what it would be to stay to the same course I had, you know, when I was 13 years old, because I had a different type of course, and I didn't follow it because I grew up with a lot of brothers that went to the Army and to the Navy, and I was like the youngest one, and I moved out of Carson. So when I moved out of Carson, I moved on 10th Avenue, and I got caught up in that lifestyle and that scenery over there, while all of them, you know, they had different lives. You know, one of them is a correction officer, one of them is a sheriff, one of them an FBI agent. My friends to this day, I'm talking about to this very day, they are my friends. And, you know, a lot of them, even though I have my own business, but they all doing well. They just had a head start. And I was the youngest one, so I just got caught up into something that I shouldn't have got caught up in. And, you know, that's what I would have told my 13-year-old self I would have did. And then I was hell of a good in baseball and football. But I tore my ligament in my knee when I was like 16, and it never been the same. They didn't have all that technology stuff that they have now. But it's nice right here. See, right here, we be going jet skiing. And sometimes me and my boy, he has a boat, and we gets on this boat right here. I think a lot of us go astray at that age, bro, because we don't have nobody be on our, you know, be on top of our head like they're supposed to be, you know. And then we think we know it all, but we really don't know it all. And then we be getting in them streets, bro, and then we think we're somebody, and we really not nobody. What's up, Junior? What's going on, bro? And this is my life right here. I've been out here ever since I've been home. 17 years I've been home. I've been staying right out here. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. I know how I did it, man. I got some help from the brothers from the Carson, California, but that's what happened. What's up, brother, man? How you doing? I told Sylvia to give you my number. I talked to her last night. I told her to give you my number, bro. She said she will. But wait till y'all hear my little brother, man. It's like, you know, I already knew about all this stuff, and I'll be totally honest with you. I didn't know basically what happened to him in his case until I got all the transcript and I read them myself. And then when I read the transcript myself, I told him, I was like, hey, bro, did you know you got backdoor? And he was like, huh? I said, bro, did you read this shit? And then when I started breaking it down to him, he was like, oh, yeah. I was like, bro, they backdoored you, man. I was like, you were so young. We were so young and so naive and so wild, man, running around there, man. We had tunnel vision. We couldn't see past nothing. You know, like a lot of us get caught up behind that blind following, trying to be around the homies, trying to be loyal to something, man, that's not going to be loyal to you and things of that nature, man. So that's why I try to encourage brothers, man, to stay away from that particular type of lifestyle, man, because it's always a better way. You know, you're going to always find your way, even if you're not doing that good. I think it's systematic, bro. I think, you know, they had placed so much I'm gonna put it like this. Our people have been brainwashed to the point where we blind follow into believing in a system that basically is diametrically opposed to our well-being. So it's systematic, bro. I'm talking about it will destroy you. And it's like this. It's like this, bro. Even at my age, even at my age, bro, you still have guys that basically still follow them street codes. They shackle by the policies. It's just crazy on how they be thinking that that stuff is warrant something. That's crazy because look here, let me explain something to you. If you're from a section, right, it doesn't matter what section you're from. The 60s, the gangsters, the Hoovers, the Colses, the Comptons, the Bloods, the Watts, whatever you're from, bro. They have particular codes and etiquettes and policies and politics inside that drama, right? So the thing is this though. This is the thing, bro. But you have another entity that's a gang too, and that different entity is basically the police. But when the police come on the block and they do something to one of your homeboys and one of your comrades or somebody like that, the only thing you're gonna say, oh man, they tripping, man, that's fucked up, they tripping. And you know how dudes get, they tripping, man, they tripping. But if another dude from an enemy hood come over there, man, you're gonna go pick up an AK, you're gonna go pick up a knife, you're gonna go pick up anything and everything you can to go back and get some revenge on them particular individuals just because, you know, you think they're lesser than you. But come on, man, the biggest game and your biggest enemy can change your life and alter your life, brother, at a drop of a pen, at you being set up, or being all that shit, bro, and don't nobody do nothing, don't nobody move. You just accept that shit. So it's like, man, where's the backbone at? We used to call ourselves gangsters or hustlers or whoever it is, bro. Them police come over there, man. Them police would do any and everything to us, brother. We didn't do nothing about that, none of that. And we call ourselves men. We call ourselves, you know, the ultimate, you know, warriors inside the United States ghetto. Man, we wasn't shit, man. We wasn't nothing, bro. And to this very day, we still ain't nothing until we come to the conclusion, bro, that we don't change the narrative. You're going to always lose, man, in that particular type of society, bro. Assalamu alaikum, Aki. What's going on? I hope it get warm more. We're going to get on them jet skis tomorrow. Yeah, this is my little town right here. There'll be a lot of people out here walking tonight. I'm not in my truck tonight. I'm in my work van. That sucker's so small. I be trying not to be up in that joint. But it's always nice right here, though, bro. Any sharks? Nah, bro, ain't no sharks out here, man. Ain't no. They might put some alligators up in here one day, but it ain't no sharks out here, bro. You know, they fishing right now. I got a guy right here. He fishing. Right there, he fishing. And I got a guy right here. He over there fishing. And you got this lady right here. That's my neighbor. She always walking her dog. She be trying to fix me some food and all that old weird shit. I be like, nah, I'm good on that. I don't want no food. This is not no beach, bro. This ain't no, I'm not telling you, Frank, because 600 be up here, and you might want to come up here and do something to my partner, man. And you know, we don't play fair. It's not dangerous at night, man. I'm okay. I'm all right, bro. It's not dangerous. I'm all right, bro. It's not that dangerous out here, bro. You know, believe me when I tell you I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, but you ain't told me your name, bro. You gotta tell me your name. You act like you can't tell nobody your name, bro. You be talking a whole lot of head, Frank. I don't know what you be doing. You be talking a whole lot of mess. Brothers in the coat and don't even, yeah, bro, they in the coat, bro. That's crazy, huh? We all was. That's crazy, bro. We genocide, kill our own, man. We feed off our own, man. That's crazy. That is a cult mentality, bro. That's insane, man. And they don't even realize that. And it's crazy, though, because they don't even see the gentrification coming. They don't even see, man, I went on 10th Avenue yesterday, bro, because my family still stay over there in that building. And I went in there yesterday, and then I walked down 10th Avenue, and then I walked all around there, bro. It's like in the apartment side, you got blacks and Hispanics. You got a lot of blacks and Hispanics. But when you get over there in the house part, I seen some Asians, some whites. It's becoming diverse. In a minute, if brothers don't be careful, you're gonna have a white boy talking about he from 60, even though you got one right now, I believe, talking about he from 60. You're gonna have more than one. You're gonna have a bunch of nerds talking about they from 60. You're gonna have a bunch of dudes saying this and that. Watch, bro. I'm telling you, this stuff finna get crazy. 600 don't gang bang, bro. Neither him or me don't gang bang, bro. So you don't have to be worried about 600 getting no put on or no put off, bro. All right, Frank. So we're gonna clear that up right now, bro. Ain't nobody out here gang banging, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you like that. If you from the era I was in, you'll know if somebody out here full-fledged gang banging, bro. You should know that. So you just sitting there, you just popping it, bro. You using a narrative that don't need to be used, bro. Come on, you ain't even out there gang banging. You ain't from Bryanhurst no more, bro. You too old to be from Bryanhurst. That may be your history, but you ain't from there no more, bro. Come on, man. We too grown for that. Here's it is, man. I got a son, 33, a daughter, 36, going on 37, and I got a grandson, 16 years old. What the hell I be running around here talking about? I'm from here and I'm from there. It's woo-to. Come on, man. I'll be mentally disturbed, man. Banking don't pay nothing. Not no more. It doesn't pay. It used to pay when I was growing up, for sure, because we had, a certain type of economics at our disposal, and we just didn't know what to do with the economics. That's what it was, but it don't pay right now. Don't nothing pay, bro. None of that stuff pay. And you gotta trip off all the members now, bro. You see, when I was growing up, bro, I grew up in an era where the second generation was on, like, they was using a lot of Sherm, right? My generation, the cocaine came out, so dudes be talking about, you had some brothers that was smoking, crack and all that type of stuff, but it was like a fad for us when, dudes roll weed and cocaine together and smoke on that for a minute and stuff like that. They don't smoke it, but they, like a joint or something like that, they'll puff on that. But that right there, it didn't last long because we all went to jail. we all went to jail. Like we all went to jail. So we went to jail. About the time we came out of jail, we was getting to the bag. You know, our whole dress code had changed and everything. So the banging part only lasted like a year and a half or something like that. Now for me, it didn't last that long because I went to jail. So when I came home, you know, all that stuff, and ever since then, bro, we didn't smoke. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't do none of that stuff. Ever since then, I think it was like my first stunt. I ain't never did nothing. Hey, the people don't see the programming. That's what I'm saying, man. This dude Frank, man, don't nobody care about all that stuff, bro. Frank, you should be grown up out of that, bro. You say you older than me, right, Frank? You shouldn't even be talking about 600 ain't from the hood and 600 this and 600 that. Now, don't get me wrong. He's an ultimate troll. He's a troll, bro. What's up, brother? What's going on, Cimarron? What's up, Smoked Out TV? Frank is he's from the neighborhood, bro. He just won't tell me who he is. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna figure it out though. Just like I figure out who you was, I'm gonna figure out who he is. So I'm gonna figure out who he is, bro. Yeah, man, that drug scene is very, very bad right now. I was talking to my brother today, man. He was telling me like that everybody up in there, like when I was up in there, man, we was always working out. He off that Avenue side, Brian Hurst, 10th Avenue, Brian Hurst side. You know, he's from over there, that side. He's from the Avenues. So he was telling me how dudes up in there, man, they use so much drugs. They don't go out to work out. They be in their cells all day. They don't have no regiment. They don't study. They don't read. They don't do nothing. It's like he said they withering away up in that joint, man. I was up in there, dude. We was like machine in motion. We was working out every day. We was reading. We was educating ourselves, man. We was making sure, brother, we was ready for the streets when we came home. We denounced everything that we was dealing with, you know, so we can come home and be successful. He said now, man, he said they just up in there, man. Even like these dudes today, man, I got some little youngsters over there, man. I ain't gonna say his name, but he always called me, man. He'd be on 10th Avenue, man. He'd be all hanging. It's my little partner too, man. I'd be like, bro, why you still in the streets? He don't be having no money. I have to cash app him and all that type of stuff, bro. But you know, you try to reach out to these dudes and get these dudes to understand that, man, it's a better way. I done offered him jobs, man. Look, come over here with me, man. I'll give you 30 an hour. You know, I'll make sure you get some money, bro. They don't want to do it, man, because them drugs, man, them drugs got them dudes gone right now, bro. They be on Molly's pills. They be on that fucking lean. They be smoking weed all day, man. It's, you know what amazed me? This is what amazed me. They'll call somebody a crackhead, right? But these dudes smoke weed all day, every day, back to back. Back to back, back to back. So how the hell you gonna call somebody a crackhead and you have an addiction where you can't even put a blunt down or some weed down, brother, for 5 minutes? You know, so it's crazy, man, because everybody dudes have addiction, and it doesn't matter what the type of addiction you have an addiction. Oh yeah, the music, the TVs, the radios, it's a brainwashing mechanism, man, especially this internet, bro. Yeah, okay, Cimarron, weed is peace. I understand that weed is peace, but still though, this is my point on that right there, bro. I'm saying that you can't be on top of somebody else's head that's using something else, and you using something, brother, to basically, you know, the soother your feelings or your mentality or something like that. So you can't do that. Oh, you changed your life a long time ago, but you don't like 600. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. Okay, let me ask you this, Frank. Have he done something to you personally? Have you ever talked to the man? No, you haven't. Have you get to know the man? Have you ever got to know the man? No, you haven't. See, that's the problem with society right now, especially in the section I come from. It's like they'll tell you, oh man, I don't fuck with him, man. You fuck with him, man. We don't fuck with him, man. If I don't fuck with him, you fuck with him, man. I ain't fucking with you. And dudes be changing sides. Dudes be like little busters and little boys, man, and be like, oh, I can't talk to you no more, man. You know, he gonna get mad at me. I be like, huh? Yeah, that's when you know dudes, man, it's not standing on nothing, bro. Hey, Samurai, we'll have that discussion later, bro. You know, you get my number from EH. Me, I'm 58, bro. Me and Big U the same age. You know, a lot of dudes don't understand, man. I used to treat that dude like he was my brother when we was out here, man. Even though that situation came in our case, I gave that brother the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it was always, you know, I was the type of dude when I was around there, bro, I didn't take no side, you know, because I come from the avenues. So I didn't take no sides, you know, in particular nothing. I was just like a homeboy type dude. I didn't care what basically was going on. I was just a homie, you know. So, and the thing is that dudes try to get you to take a side, man, and it's hard for me. It was hard for me to do something to one of my own. You know, I never had that in my type of in my blood to do something to one of my own, but I could man up against somebody that was an enemy for sure. But one of my own, irregardless of what went on and stuff like that, that was a hard pill for me to swallow. You know, in case they try, unless they had something to do with me. Yeah, bro, I'm close to retire. I can retire right now. To be honest with you, bro, on some real shit, I can retire right now, bro, for sure. And that's a fact. Right, exactly, man. Right. They get mad just because you friend with somebody, bro. You know, I'm friend with 600, and you know, they don't talk too much head to me. They get mad at me because they feel that I'm the type of individual that shouldn't be friends with him, right? And I'm like, dude, he ain't done nothing to me, bro. So you telling me that I can't be friends with a dude that y'all don't like? Come on, man, get out of here, man. I've never been a boy. I've never been a follower, and I'm not gonna start now just because dudes feel that brothers shouldn't rock with that brother, man, because I'm gonna rock with him, man. And then I tell dudes all the time, bro, you know, I pray to God, man, y'all come over there with some faultiness, and y'all better pray to God I'm not with him, because me, I'm the type of dude, I'm not gonna talk to you. I don't play fair. And that's how I survive, bro. You don't play fair. You know, it's like survival of the fittest. And then sometimes, man, stuff don't even need to go that, you know, to go that route, man, because, you know, it's like words. You know, if dudes let words get to them, you know, you have a weak mentality. You know, somebody say something about you, bro, and if it's not true, you be like, okay, man, whatever, man, thank you. That's how I am. I'll tell them thank you in a minute. Hey, bro, I'm a rock with him, man. You know, see, that's what I'm saying, Frank. See, that's the problem. They might think you're not a real one. So if somebody think you're not no real one, if I hang out with you, is that fair? Nah, that ain't fair. You know, see, that's the problem. And that's gonna always be the problem. Yeah, bro. Yeah, sitting around 600. All right. Who said something about whack? Hold on. Eddie boy, why does 99% of your old neighborhood dislike 600 or whack? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Not all of them, though. I don't think it's 99% because the consensus I get, it's not that, bro. And I just don't speak on things, man, that a lot of them brothers say over there. They don't dislike that brother like that. They know. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. The brothers may be trolls, but they know for a certainty, for a fact, that they didn't have nothing to do with Big U case. I know that that's 100% fact. I know that for a fact. Nah, man, birds of a feather don't flock together, man. You know, And the neighborhood is split on that situation dealing with 600. And be honest with you, just like the neighborhood was split between me and Big U when we was in the penitentiary, bro. So you got to understand, man, brothers gonna like who they like anyway, bro. And I run into dudes that rock with Big U all the time, bro. And when I run into them, bro, they be like, "What's up, Ed?" I be like, "What's up, bro? How you doing?" Oh, nothing. Then they be trying to explain to me their position, but I be like, "Hey, man, I don't care about that, bro. You ain't done nothing to me or my family, so I don't care." So, and I keep it moving. I keep watch them brothers well, and I keep it moving, man. He said, "Birds of a feather flock together." Boy, that's an old cliche, man. Yeah, the neighborhood been split. Um, they say, "Little, look, bro. Once again, man. Once again, bro. This is a new day and age, right? And all the codes of the streets has been broken a long time ago. The street code been broken, brother. When I was a kid, I just didn't see it. That stuff been broken. So when you get to this particular age in 2025, 2024, 25, when all that stuff started coming out like that, bro, some dudes fight differently. Me, I didn't care about it no more. I put it out there 30 years ago, and I explained to them brothers what time it was. Dude swept it up on the rug. I left it alone. I said, "Okay, man, fuck that shit. I'm out of here." Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, you can't trust dudes that ignore certain things and certain facts. You can't trust it. So when 600 did what he did, and I'm gonna keep it real, bro, when I talked to him on that phone for the first time and he was explaining to me what the brother did to him, I was like, "Oh man, he did me the same way, man." And he was like, "What?" I said, "Bro." And I ran everything down to him, and I said, "Bro, all you got to do is Google such and such and such and such." So he Googled it, and when he Googled it, bro, he found it. But when I woke up, when I went to work the next morning, man, it was already all on the internet. But he never told me he was gonna do that, right? So me, by being who I am, bro, if I want to come talk to you, I'm gonna come hunt you down. I'm gonna come find you. And so when I used to watch his videos, I knew exactly where he used to be at. So I went over there where he was at, and I found him. I was like, "Hey, bro, you know who I am?" He said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." I said, "Somebody sent you a picture of me?" He said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." I said, "Hey, bro, why you do that shit? Why you didn't give me no heads up you was gonna do that?" And then he got to breaking it down to me, right? So when he broke it down to me, and I was like, "Okay, bro, well, they said they was gonna help my little brother," because I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. When I talked to Big U, me and him agreed that I was gonna say anything to clear his name or whatever it may be, long as he helped my little brother. I didn't give a shit if he did or not tell, bro. If he was gonna help my little brother, I didn't give a shit about none of that shit. So he had guaranteed me that he was gonna get Petey Whack and Nutty to give me them affidavits. But what he did was he got me on the phone with somebody and he tried to backdoor me, you know what I'm saying, about the street code. So that's what he did. So when he did that, 600 still was on his press. Then I was like, "Man, you can do what you want to do, man. You can run wild with that shit. I don't care." Because when you sit up there and you try to give somebody the benefit of the doubt, you know that you should have never gave this dude the benefit of the doubt, man, because he always been like that, basically. Right. I don't know why. You know what, bro? I'm gonna tell you, and then I'm gonna tell y'all too, man. What you guys don't know. I don't know what happened before I came back. Came into the scene because I got dragged in this. I don't know what Big U and 600 had going on the internet, because Big U used to be on the internet sometimes trolling him. They used to be trolling Wax sometimes. I used to see that. You know, we can't say that he never done that because all the brothers from that section even said something about that. But however, man, it's like Big U could have squashed all this because when I was on the phone with him and when I talked to him, I said, "Look, bro, me and you, I'm gonna come get you, and me and you, we can go over there, bro, and we can talk to the brother, man. Not on no brutality or nothing like that. We can ask him what's something, what's the problem." And the brother was in agreement for him talking to him, and all the brother wanted an apology for what Big U said to him, and all that stuff could have went away. But ego and pride started to come into play where Big U got to the point where he didn't want to do that. So it was like, it was just trying to save face, man. You can't save face, man, when your name and your reputation is online on the line, especially out here dealing with this internet, bro. If you get into a situation, man, that you can squash something, it's better for you to squash it and keep it moving, man. He didn't want to do that, bro, and that stuff got out of hand. It got real out of hand. It got way out of hand. I don't know what the brother, be truthful with you since, who was that? Baby, I don't know what the brother was over there doing, man. I just know when I talked to the brother, man, he told me he was hot. He did tell me that out his mouth, out of courtesy. But he told me he was hot on dealing with the, the financial part. That's what he told me he was hot. Hey, little mechanic, you didn't hear what I just said? I went on there and found 600 myself, bro. You didn't hear what I just said? Because he dropped that stuff. You didn't hear me when I said that, bro? I went over there, brother, and I still wasn't from 60, brother. But it's just it's the point of the principle. I went over there and found him myself, brother, and talked to that man myself, bro. And the situation could have been rectified, man, but certain brothers didn't want to go over there and help rectify that situation, bro. That stuff could have been rectified, man. So the thing is that, man, you just can't blame, see, this is the problem, bro. Brothers don't look at both sides. And a lot of brothers be emotional, invested, involved on whatever's going on. And they don't look at both sides. They don't weigh both sides, the cons, the pros and cons. They don't do that, So the problem is, bro, you got to put yourself in 600 shoes and put yourself in Big U shoes. Okay, now what is the best way to solve this particular type of situation? Okay, what happened over here and what happened over there? See, dudes don't do that. What dudes do is they pick and choose a side. So when they pick and choose a side, either right or wrong, they're gonna rock with that person because they like that person. But if a dude that's standing on his own 2 feet, he's not gonna rock with something that when somebody is wrong, bro. Because you got to have somebody with a sound mind inside the group, irregardless on either side, that have a sound mind to say, okay, man, that's not cool, bro. That's not the way that's supposed to be. And a lot of times you don't have that, man. So you just can't sit there, man, and you got to look at both sides, bro. Maybe certain things that wasn't supposed to happen, but the stuff could have been stopped. That's the biggest question you got to ask yourself. You for wrong to let keep it real. Damn kids deserve better leader and integrity. Question, Eddie boy, what is considered the front? The front is the foundation of the neighborhood. That's the front. The front is considered the foundation of the neighborhood, bro. And a lot of individuals that come from over there, they don't know that. The front is the brothers that's over there, bro. They the one paid the way so we can even be around there like that. Hey, don't worry about that, Frank. You don't need to know what beach is this, bro. You might want to come up here and try 600, and I might have to get them off you. This is nice right here, huh? Oh man. Who were the best squabblers from our generation? Man, all of us, brother, to be honest with you, brother, all of us knew how to fight, bro. I don't know why dudes be talking about top squabblers and all that, bro. We all knew how to fight, bro. We didn't have no choice but to know how to fight, man. There ain't no best squabblers, brother. We all knew how to get down, bro. The majority of us did. Yeah, I know Big Doug, bro. Yeah, I know Big Doug. Who don't know Big Doug? Yeah, Babyface went from the front either, though. But the front, bro, still, though, bro, if you look at the majority of the brothers that come from that first generation, they from the fronts, bro. We not talking about who gave the name. We talking about Fred Hill ain't from the fronts either. But the majority of the brothers that's around there, cause you got to know that brother, they was all hanging out over there with Big Rick now, over there on Artisan, on that side over there. If people were more versed in generosity, hold on, let me see. No, I don't know Big Honey Bun. I don't know who that is. Pimp Town said, "What is that?" Well, I don't even know. Hey man, what Wild Bunch? What is that? Pimp Town said, "Do you know Big too much?" What is Pimp? What is Pimp Town, bro? What is that? Block Crip. Nah, bro. I never used to be over there like that, bro. You talking about which block? The 11 Trey block or which block? Oh, over there about, nah, I never used to be over there, bro. I probably know some of them brothers, but I never used to hang out over there like that, bro. I used to go from my neighborhood to Carson, back and forth like that, bro. Because I grew up out there. Oh yeah, 112 block. I'm the only one I really know from 112 block, bro, is I think he 112 block or 11 Trey block. I think it's 11 Trey block. I know some 11 Trey blocks. I don't know no 112 blocks that much, bro. I don't think so. I think Nip was from 11. I don't know if Nip was from 11 Deuce or 11 Trey. I don't know about that little. I don't know about that, bro. Like I said, bro, I'm oblivious to that. I'm not gonna speak on things I don't have no knowledge about. Um, if he did, if he didn't, I don't know nothing about that, so I can't speak to that. There's no 112 block. Yeah, I know it's 11 Trey block. I know it's 11 Trey block for sure, but I don't know no 112 block, so I don't know what that guy. I don't know what you talking about, bro. I don't know nothing about no pimp section. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's I knew Nip though. Yeah, if they don't claim 11 Trey no more, I don't know what they are. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I just know that when I was in the county in 4800, when me and Nip was on that road with all the gangsters, Nip was there with me, and he was from 11 Trey Block. I remember that. He was in the cell with me. Nah, man, I don't walk barefooted, bro. I stay ready, man. I don't come out in shower shoes. I don't do that. I'm not no youngster like that, bro. I have on. I always have on shoes. I'm always got my protection with me. You know, I mind my business. I stay in my own lane, and I just live life, bro. You know, I don't try to sit here and act like I'm the toughest animal on the block or anything like that. I don't have to do that anymore. You know, I just live life, bro. You know, I'm already grounded, bro. Wait a minute. It says, oh yeah, yeah, baby, yeah, I'm with you on that. Nah, bro, it's over, and they don't even see it. It's over. That stuff is over. It's like I know old Eddie boy with a friend would be friendly with 600 or whack 100. Skull Rose for shooting. Hey broski, yeah. Oh, hey man, bro. You know I buried that old dude, man. I buried that old Eddie boy a long time ago, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, man, and I'm be straight up honest with you, brother. If I never probably went to the penitentiary, I'd probably be somewhere dead, bro. So I went there, man, and when I got there, bro, I got sick and tired of being around certain negative quotations all the damn time. So when you find yourself, you start growing into a full grown man, you know, when you start getting like 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 years old. So ain't no telling what I would have did, bro. I just know now, bro. I think in critical terms. I don't sit there and I don't try to judge individuals, bro. I don't care if he's a weak individual. I don't care whatever he's been through or anything like that, man. And I trips off dudes, be talking about dudes as rats and snitches and stuff like that, man. You know how many dudes, bro, that I done ran into out here, brother, that used to be on PC yards up in there, bro. Man, I don't even, I just greet them brothers, ask them how they doing, and keep it moving because it doesn't even matter anymore, bro. Oh no, bro. I never used to try to get recruited from the CCOs or the Blue Notes because we had a policy. We had a policy in the county jail that if anybody from our section, um, we had a policy in our section, brother, that we wasn't finna embrace none of that stuff. We was just gonna be where we was from. I don't know, Harv. I don't know why that stuff is like that, bro. It's like, man, I see brothers, man. I see brothers crashing out. I see brothers doing stupid stuff, man. I'll be like, man, come on, man, maintain your discipline, bro. It's like, man, it's to the point, man, how you don't maintain your discipline, man. You get into a situation, a heated situation, even with females, man, and brothers be losing their shit. And I'll be like, come on, man, bro. There's too many women out here for you to be sitting there, uh, yeah, there was multiple 66 CCO, they was, but it's like, uh, it's like, um, it's like, man, when you a black man and encounter certain situations, you got to analyze, man. If you do this, what can happen? What's the potential thing that can happen, right? Hey James, what are you talking about, bro? I'm not cool. I'm cool with 600, bro. You know what I'm saying? Me and Big U, what we have, brother, we have like a respect type thing. I don't rock with him, bro. I haven't rocked with that brother in 30 something years, bro. But I don't wish jail on him. But I don't rock with him, bro, because I don't trust him. So there's two different things, dealing with that situation right there, bro. I don't miss them brothers, man. I don't. A little mechanic. I don't miss that stuff, bro. And I'm be telling. I talk to them brothers over there, but I don't miss. I don't miss. I don't miss the neighborhood to the point where I want to go over there and be with them dudes. Nah. because I talk to some of them brothers, man. You know, I go to dinner with some of them brothers and stuff like that, bro. But me being a part of that lane and that section, I would never do that, bro. Period. I'm talking about period, bro. I don't miss that stuff, bro, for sure. And I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. I had an opportunity to go back over there and be a damn knucklehead when I first came home, bro. I had an opportunity to do all that stuff. I choose not to, bro. I choose, to take a different path, and I'm gonna stay on that path because I know that whole situation, man, that whole thing, brother, it's like you do stupid stuff, you get stupid prizes. I don't drive. I don't drive through the area. My family stay over there, bro. I don't know what Rosé do. You need to ask Rosé, bro. Right, baby. He don't understand that. Sometimes these dudes just be trolling, man. Want dudes to sit there and go back over there, bro. But I don't care about that stuff no more, bro. I don't know where that phrase came from, Wild Bunch. I don't know, bro. That's bullshit. I think that's bullshit, bro. Because just like I said the other day, man, why would you want to be a part of a section that you potentially gonna get your head blown off, man, behind some dudes talking about you ain't a real one till you kill one? I don't know when that shit came around. I was in jail when that stuff came around, but I don't know when that shit. I ain't never heard of no shit like that, bro. Big Ship. Yeah, I know Big Ship from Shotgun. I know Lil Ghost too. Lil Ghost, that's my buddy. That's my partner, Kevin Waters. That's a good brother right there, man. You talking about a good brother? That's a very good brother, man. Yeah, Rosé was over there, bro, for a long time. Well, bro, it's like this, bro. Let me explain something to you, little. It's like this, bro. In order for you to socialize with them brothers like that, man, you have to be firmly rooted in your way of life. Even though I can socialize with them dudes, I choose not to go back over there, bro. I see some brothers that says that they're Muslims and they still delve off in certain things over there and stuff like that, but you can't have one foot in, one foot out, bro. It's not gonna work. Because if you was inside the penitentiary, the 60s wouldn't go for that, or the Muslims would go for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you come home, why would you even want to go back over there and delve off into that stuff? I'm not saying you're supposed to hate your homies or ex-homies or nothing like that. I'm saying that, like, being at meetings, being at functions and stuff like that, bro, it's like you're putting yourself back in harm's way when you do stuff like that, bro, because it's diametric opposed to what we truly believe in, bro. Baby Waco say you'll lie. So it's like, bro, it's like, man, it's not to the point where you don't respect your old homies. It's like, you just make sure you don't go back and fall to the victim of reminiscence, because you can reminisce. We can talk and reminisce about some stuff, and you get to feeling yourself, your old self, and it's easy for you to fall back into that trap, bro. So, like I said, if you're not firmly rooted to what you believe in, it's easy for you to go back. And I've seen a lot of brothers do that, bro. The 60s are more of a social club. Yeah, I know that, bro. I understand that. I know that. I understand that. I understand that too. But me, personally, I'm just not with that no more, bro. Like I said, I'm in a whole different lane. I socialize with different people. I rub shoulders and elbows with people, different cultures and stuff like that. So I just don't, I don't like the vibe, bro. I don't, it's just, I just don't do it, bro. Maybe some other individuals that they saying they a part of Al Islam or what they stand on, maybe they want to go over there and function with that. Me, I'm not going to do it, bro, ever. Did I know Lil Mump? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, some dudes hide behind it, bro. You're absolutely right about that. I don't know why that brother said that, bro. I ain't never met that man a day in my life, bro. He wasn't even around when I was around, bro. So I don't know why he said that. The Thunderdome came about, man, I think in 1985, at 59th Street School or something like that. And it was just, you were just going for what you know, man. And and it's like back then, bro, it's like I said, bro, when you was growing up back then, bro, I don't care where you was from. I don't care if you was on our side or the other side, you knew how to fight. You was gonna get tested like that. Um, win or lose. You always had your attire came with a 9 millimeter if you was carrying a 9 millimeter or a 38 or whatever it may be. So um, it was just you just being tested battle right there, bro. I know don't nobody function over there like that no more, bro. It doesn't matter. This is what I'm saying, this is what you don't understand, bro. It doesn't matter if nobody function over there no more like that. You have them kids function over there, but you don't have the dudes that's 50 years old that function over there like that no more, bro. But still though, man, you still can get caught up in some bullshit, brother, by hanging around certain dudes. That's a part of that demonstration, bro. When you hanging around dudes, that reputable dudes that's back in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that, bro, them dudes, that's a strike for these kids, bro. If some of the young kids caught some of them dudes like that, they'll wear their ass out, bro. They don't care if them dudes old. And you see what happened to Mad Ronnie, bro? Come on, man. Miss me with that. So this is what I'm saying, bro. It's like to the point where dudes don't pay attention. If you're a part of a particular element, you still can get that particular type of thing that comes with that, bro. Like I said, bro, I never knew that dude, bro. He wasn't around, bro. I don't know that dude. Maybe he was around, but I don't know that dude, bro. Never knew that dude. His name ain't no damn Cowboy. See, that's the problem, man. His name is Lil Kelmac. Cowboy is the one that's rest in peace, brother, on Madden Avenue. So if dudes was really from over there, from that section, they wouldn't even call that dude Cowboy, bro. Yeah, I know Big Dulo from Neighborhood Pyro. Duck from where? Duck from Gangsters? Which Duck? Sincere. I never heard of I don't know Dulo. Bro, I'm not. If it was a fluke, bro, I'm saying, bro, this is what I'm saying. Little, you're not paying attention, bro. Regardless of what age you are, bro. If you're around a certain element, man, certain things can come and deal with that element, bro. So that's all I'm saying, man. I'm saying that, bro. It's like, man, sometimes I drive down Slauson, and right there on Keniston, at the liquor store. And with a brother, I forgot his name, man. I used to shoot dice with him when I was younger, bro. He has that shop. He work at that shop right there. I roll through there, man, and I see a lot of them older brothers, hanging out right there, man. When I be driving up down, going towards the marina, and I see there, and I'll glance over, and I see them hanging out right there, bro. And I be saying, man, that's crazy because they just all out there. They just out there, and if you have dudes that knew that particular area, knew they was doing, yeah, Paris, that was my partner, yeah, Paris, yeah, Paris. Um, and if you had dudes that knew what they was doing, and the dude was functioning the way we was functioning, dudes wouldn't be hanging out like that right there, bro. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it doesn't matter. You can put yourself in a situation where you or an environment where you think it's cool, and somebody might come through there, man, and just be straight ignorant. How did I know Lil Crazy D? Did you know Lil? Yeah, I knew Lil Crazy D before he died. I knew Lil Crazy D. I knew both of them. I knew him and his brother, bro. I knew both of them brothers, man. But Big Crazy D, that's my partner, bro. You know, it's amazing, man, that how you come close with them brothers up in there, man, because we got our backs against the wall, man. And to be honest with you, man, it's like we only have ourselves up in there, bro. To be truthful with you, bro. And it's like, and this is why I be tripping off how, when you be in incarcerated camps, YA or something like that, and dudes stay down with you, you get to know dudes. It's hard for you to come home, brother, and you see them dudes and do something to them, bro. That's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow. But some dudes be scanners like that, and won't give no dudes no pass, but they'll give you a pass. And I think that's the biggest buster thing you can do on the planet Earth. The little maniac got history. Man, little feet, man. Lil Feet was all the way turned up, bro, on the streets, bro. To be honest with you, Lil Feet came over. I'm gonna tell you, when Lil Feet came home, man, in 1984, bro. Lil Feet had us going every damn where, bro. Getting into all type of shit. They got into the shootout with Monster. We got into it with the Hoovers up there at what was that, at the sports arena. I think it was Big Mac. Now we got into it with them brothers. Everywhere we went with Lil Feet, man, we wasn't up in there 10 minutes and we was right back out of there. 600. That's something you gotta ask 600, bro. I don't know. I just know the brother, man, how I deal with him. You know, whatever his history was, maybe you need to ask somebody in his generation. I'm not a part of his generation. He was a kid when I left, bro. I don't know him, bro. I don't know Duck from Businessman. Yeah, Big Mac with that. Yeah, Big Mac. Yeah, hey, bro. Big Mac wasn't no general that night. Big Mac, man, but I'm gonna tell you though. We got into it with them. We got into it with them dudes at that convention center, bro. Them dudes came on 10th Avenue the next day and lit that sucker up like it was a Christmas tree. They did do that. I will give them that. They came through that sucker, man. They turned off 10th Avenue. I mean, they turned off High Park and 10th Avenue. I seen them hit the block. And I'm like, man, who was them cars? It was like 4 or 5 cars. Man, they got to the middle of the block and they started seeing bodies. They lit that sucker to pieces, man. They lit that sucker up, man, but it was just a big old shootout. It was both sides just getting off on each other. But nothing happened, by the grace and mercy of Allah. But that was some wild stuff right there, bro. Yeah. That's when the girl Kiki, remember the girl Kiki knocked out Mac? Did you remember that? She put him on his back. Oh, Big Mac started the Hoop Connect. Yeah, Mac was cool brother, man. He was a cool dude, man. He was a down soldier, man. Whatever happened to him? Is he still alive? Yeah, that's when Stoop got stabbed. I'm curious who Lil Mechanic is. I'm curious who you are, bro. I'm trying to rack my brain. If you say something that I know, I'm gonna know exactly who you are. Just like Cimarron, he gave himself away. I know who he is. Nah, Big Mac hip hop. Okay. Man, that's a lot of dudes that bang, bro. Ain't been to jail, bro. James. A lot of them, man. You just don't know, bro. It's a lot of them, man. They just get in and get out. They got in and get out, man. It's like a lot of them, bro. I remember I had a homeboy named Scoop. I don't know what happened to Scoop, man. Scoop just upped up and he just moved to Vegas, and I haven't seen him ever since. Scoop was around there acting a fool, but one day Scoop just got up and just left. You never seen him no more. It's a lot of dudes, bro, that I seen that was a part of that section, man, and they got out that stuff, man. They never went to jail, bro. A lot of them, man. Yeah, I know Judah Bean, bro. Who don't know Judah Bean? Shit, Judah Bean, Burt Train, and all them brothers, man. Who don't know them brothers over there? Nah, bro. Somebody told me to do some thinking. Somebody called me, like, "Hey, you don't know who that is?" I was like, "Nah, bro." He said, "Man, think." And I was like, he said, he got to repeat what you said. I said, "Oh, wow." I said, "Yeah, I know who that is." Man, I know a lot of reputable Hoovers. Are you crazy? Man, I know a lot of them dudes, man. See, bro, you got to understand, man, that we was a part, our section, the gangsters and the Hoovers, we like in a geographical area, brother. We like blocks away from each other. So we all knew each other. It's like if you went to jail, you're gonna know all who the players are. You're gonna know who all from 5 dudes all the way down to 112. You're gonna know who's who and what is what and who and everything. Who to be reckoned with and who not to be reckoned with. That's how you know your enemies, bro. Straight up. And every hood, every section have busters. Every section have joints. And every section, brother, have everything that make up of that gang banging lifestyle. Not one hood on this planet Earth don't have that. In the California, from my understanding, don't have that about them. Even the Bloods. Man, Big U was a beast, bro. I wouldn't mean what Big U was like. Big U was just like us, bro. We was all together, man. We was all beasts, bro. Come on, man. Salih. I ain't never met the brother, man. Not even at the mosque. He's not in our shari, so I probably ain't met him, but I heard about him. But I'm not, he's different. I'm not functioning with no neighborhood, bro. If I'm not putting one, that's like a violation for us, bro. We can get in trouble for that. So I'm not gonna have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, bro. I'm sorry. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me, right? What is the definition of a sideline gang banger? Banger? Somebody just like a part of the neighborhood, man. Just ain't doing nothing. Ain't gonna do nothing. Just just hanging out with everybody and know everybody. Up under the protection of the neighborhood, and the neighborhood ain't gonna let nothing happen to them and stuff like that. That's what a sideline and banger is. One of them individual. Everybody have them. I don't know nothing about that, bro. That's before my time. See, bro, one thing you gonna know about me, bro, I'm not gonna speak on something I have no knowledge about, bro. You have to ask Big Rick them, bro. That was before my time, bro. I didn't come around. That was way before my time, bro. I heard you said that once before, but that was way before my time, bro. I don't know nothing about that. I would inquire though for you. I'll make a couple of phone calls. I inquire about that, man. But from my understanding, what Big Rick and them said, they said, man, that never happened. Yeah, I was at that concert in Long Beach when we got into it with them Long Beaches. explain the difference between someone who bangs and someone who don't. Man, bro, like I said, he's a sideline. That's a sideliner, brother. That's different. He's a sideliner, bro. You know, you have them everywhere, bro. Yeah, that was wild, bro. I don't know about that. We'll leave that to Big Rick and Tony Stacy and them, man, because that's a part of their area. We'll let them discuss that. You know, I don't know nothing about that. I'm not even going to delve off into that, bro. Like I said, I don't speak on things I have no knowledge about. That was before my time. Um, I'm not even going to speak on that, man. I was there, bro. You know, that stuff, that stuff was crazy, man. I'm telling you, man, that stuff was wild, bro. I'm telling you, everywhere, basically where we went, it was always a problem. The only time where I know for me, I know it was me, Lil Looney, Horse, and T-Bone. We got our ass whooped at a function over there with the schoolyards, the show lines, and somebody else, bro. We was up in there, man. It was just 4 of us, and we was outnumbered, man. They beat the shit out of us up in there, bro. I remember that. Assalamu alaikum, Aki. This dude still on 600. Yeah. It was on La Cienega. Yeah, right. We got jumped up in that joint, man. And, but we came back the next week, man. We came back the next week with the whole group, man. We ran through that joker. But you see, man, it's like, bro, when you out there, especially, man, when me and Lil Looney used to be together, man, this dude used to get in so much trouble, brother. It was crazy, man. Because Lil Looney was to the point, man. He was just so vocal with the neighborhood, bro. I'm talking about, man, everywhere he go, he making it known where he was from, man. That's crazy. And I be like, bro, chill out, man. We ain't got no heaters. We ain't got nothing. We just somewhere we got to fight our way about or something. It was just crazy like that. Who was? It was the 111s. It was just always, a problem, man. When we used to go places, man. Even with Spooky, I didn't even know Spooky, bro. I just knew we was in Los Padrinos. I wasn't from nowhere then, and they tried to rack pack Spooky, and I jumped up off the bench and helped him. And I stayed down with him. And then next thing I know, I think Spooky went to camp or something like that. And he came home, man, and I was standing on 10th Avenue. He came over there. He was like, oh, man, remember me? I was like, yeah. He was like, you from over here now? I was like, yeah, bro. Yeah, Spooky, that's the brother, man. I talk to him all the time, man. That's the brother, man. You see, man, there's a lot of brothers that was joints over there, bro, that's not a part of that no more, man. They probably go to, I think Spooky probably went to Pretty Boy funeral. But you don't see Spooky over there like socializing like that no more, bro. You don't see a lot of brothers that socialize like that no more, bro. Yeah, I was around when that first Uncle Jams, man. I'm telling you, man, back then, bro, we used to go all the Uncle Jam stuff, bro. I remember they had a concert with Salt and Pepper. I think it was at the Hollywood Palladium. We was up in there, bro. And some Schoolyard was up in there. Stupid from Schoolyard was up in there. And they didn't know, I knew Stupid, but they didn't know Stupid. So I'm seeing Stupid. Stupid is, this dude was so crazy. He used to be sitting there. He was up on the thing. He was just throwing up the Y, right? And I'm looking at him. And I know him. I'm like, I know him. I was like, hey, bro, what are you doing? I said, man, I said, my homie's up in here, man. I don't give a fuck. I said, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. And next thing I know, he left up out of there, man. I didn't even tell them he was there, bro, cause they would destroy stupid up in there, man. You know, I was like, man, but that Salt and Pepper concert, man. If you was at that Hollywood Palladium, man, you know how we was in love with them girls, man. I was like, at the front of the stage, man. They would have them biker shorts on, man. That stuff was incredible, man. Yeah, he would have got the treatment, man. He left. I didn't even tell the brothers he was there, man. He got up out of there, man. I didn't want to tell them brothers he was there. You said how you feel about grown men dying over the subculture, man. That's terrible, bro. We was at the LL Cool J one too, bro. We was at all of them. I'm telling you, man, we used to go to all that stuff, bro. You know, they didn't have the internet. We didn't have no internet. We didn't have no phones. Um, we didn't have no pagers back then. Some of us didn't. We didn't have no pagers. We didn't have no Sega Genesis or no Xbox or nothing like that, brother. We had to be out there, get out there. I was just from Carson. I was from a street called Gladwick. I was a Wick boy. I stayed on Gladwick. I was a Wick boy out there. If you follow my Facebook page, you'll see that I have a picture of all those when I was younger. It was like we went to like a Sadie Hawkins stand, and we was all dressed up like in Levi's and sweatshirts and stuff like that. I'm gonna do a segment, man, on that 4800 when we got into it with the Comptons, man. That was something vicious, man. I'm gonna take my time and sit down and talk about that, but I'm gonna drop that probably pretty soon after I finish dropping this stuff with my little brother. But I'm gonna drop that, man. That was crazy. I'm gonna tell me how many was up in there. Let me see. It was Muggs downstairs, Killer Gene, me, Creep, Baby Rock, Let Loose, Petey Wack, Peanut, and I think that was it. I think it was only but like shit. I think it was only but like 7 of us, 7 or 8 of us, bro. And nah, ain't none of the Wick boys 190s, bro. None of them, not one. Them do half of the Wick boys are law enforcement, bro. To be honest with you, be truthful with you, they my friends right to this very day. We was up in there, bro, man, and man, they had us, bro. I'm telling you, they had us, man. Them dudes had us, bro. We was outnumbered, we was outgunned. They had us, man. By the grace and mercy of the law, we came about that joint, man. They had us, man. Nah, I don't think they grasped that brutality of that county jail, bro, because I'm gonna tell you like this. When I came through there, bro, it was so vicious, man. And if you're not really with the business, I'll tell dudes, man, don't go to the modules, like the crip modules and stuff like that, man, because you're gonna get abused up in there, bro. You know, if you can survive that county jail, you can survive anything, man. Man, I done watched dudes, man, up in there, bro. Dudes with straight booty bandits up in that joint, man. Did I run into any of the Swans? Nah, not really. Nope. I had my cousins and them from Main Street. I used to go over their house on 80th and Main, and we used to walk down the street and stuff like that. And I'd be like, and they was like, we can't go down there because of the Swans. But I never really run into no Swans. Nah, nope. Lost Adrenal was just like a dudes just dissing each other up in there. You just coming out. It was just like it was on, bro. It's like if you had an enemy. See, you got to understand, when I was in Lost Adrenal, I wasn't banging at all. I lived in Carson at that time, and I was in there for like some bullshit. And my parents they was out of town in Tokyo, and I got picked up on Gladwick because I had some bullets in my pocket. So they took me to jail until my parents came home like 2-3 days later. And I was up in there, man, and like, since I wasn't from no section or nothing like that, man, I was like a tuner. I was a non-affiliate at that time, man. But dudes, I used to see dudes come out their cells, man. And if you was from wherever you was from, you seen your enemy up in there. They was behind the door rack. It was on. The 60s was so hated, man, because the 60s, man, they used to, man, do you know how big that section was when back then, brother? We was just always creating a whole bunch of havoc. That's not, we was hated, the gangsters was hated, and the Hoovers was hated, and the Coast. I think that the most hated gangs was the 60s, the gangsters, the Hoovers, and the Coasters, bro. Because we were so big. Everybody was big. And when you go to jail, it was like a certain type of dominance up in there. So other like little small sets or little things like that, they didn't like that stuff, man. They hated that stuff. So um, and that's just what that was, bro. That's what I believe. Yeah, that was a downgrade. um, I know. I wish I never did, but my mother, I was still staying out there. I was still going to school. Because I graduated from Banning High School, so I was still going to school. I was catching the bus off 10th Avenue to Banning. It was one bus. It was the 210 to take you all the way from Crenshaw all the way to Banning High School. My sister moved. When my sister moved in '82, I followed her, bro. You know what I'm saying? My sister moved. Time my sister graduated from school, I followed her, but my parents were still out there in Carson. But I followed my sister. I was always over her house. Because you know how that is, man. You don't want to be up under the thumb of your parents. So I was always over my sister's house. So I found out that I could take the bus to school every day. So I was just doing that. Did one gang control the gang module? Nah, bro. Nah. I know one gang control nothing, bro. Either you was from wherever you was from, and that's it, and that's all. You had the gangster cars. Say for instance, you had the 60s controlling like the neighborhoods. They had the more seniority and stuff like that. You probably had the gangsters, the H-rate gangsters controlling what they was controlling. Then you have the Hoovers. You gotta, the Hoovers, they all come together. So you gotta pick and they pick and choose who their representative is, and then the coast is the same way. So you don't have just one set to run no module. Hell no. Nah, Eric wasn't even staying. See, that's the problem. See, y'all don't even pay attention when I be talking. Eric wasn't even staying with us in Carson. Eric was staying with his father. And Eric was staying with his father over there in Compton, over there on Palm-Believe. Eric wasn't staying in Carson. Eric wasn't raised in Carson with us like that. Eric's father came and got him when he was in junior high school. So Eric wasn't staying in Carson. Only me and my sister was staying in Carson. So when my sister moved over there in '82, because my sister was pregnant, so she had the baby over there in '83. I was already over there. So Eric started coming over there in '84. That's when he came around there. Yeah, LAPD control every damn thing, and the sheriffs. That's a gang, man. The gang members don't even man up against, bro. They don't man up against nobody, man. They tuck their tail when it come down to them. They ain't gonna tuck their tail. If you from any other section, they'll go get a rifle, gun, AK, they'll man up on them. But them dudes come over there, they ain't gonna do shit. No backbone. Yeah, I know Big Steak. Y'all do. Who don't know him? I don't know, man. I never been to the feds. I don't think it's no gang politics up in the feds. And there's really ain't no gang politics up in prison, to be honest with you. Because once you hit the penitentiary, you black. You subject to being in a cell with your op. You black, bro. You black, man. So it doesn't matter. You can move out the cell and stuff like that. Hey, but you're black, man. When you hit them penitentiaries, all that gang shit, that shit's out the window, man. You up on a whole different regime up in there, bro. What was the most you lost at Cal? What was the most I lost at Cal House? I think about 10 racks, man. But this what happened. I lost about 10 racks. F-Bone lost like 20. Me and F-Bone had just did something too. I lost like 10. F-Bone lost like 20. I went home. I jumped in my Eddie Bauer. I went home. I went and got like 20 grand. I came back there and cracked that whole, I came up out of there. I think I broke them due. I got my 10 back. I got F-Bone 20 and I took like 20 from them. And then I got on a plane the next day. Me and my baby mama, we went to Hawaii. That was the most I lost, but I won that stuff right back. No, I didn't run into no soft lows. Yeah, man, when you get to the penitentiary, bro, you black. You can be in the cell. I don't care where you is. Bibles in the cell with Bloods, Crips, whoever, bro. It doesn't matter. 415s and up north dudes, bro. When you get to that penitentiary, that banging stuff, that stuff is out the window. That would make you a man, bro. That would make you, see, that's the cold part about it. They force you, so to speak, to make sure you get along with your ops off the streets. How was it living in Carson? Man, it was beautiful living in Carson, man. You know, still is. It's like to this very day, I go out there, man, it's like it's still the same, man. You can walk around that Joker, man, and everything, man. It's like, it's a whole different vibe, man. See, LA was like more grimy. Carson wasn't grimy like that, bro. Never been. Yeah, I know, Lil Doc. Come on, I told you it was me. I don't know if you was on the live, but it was me, Lil Doc, Lil Sad, and another individual. We was all 18 in the county jail, and them old dudes was up in there running around there taking dudes' booties. So we all made knives, and we was in Denver 12, and basically only one that was facing a lot of time was Lil Sad at that time. But me and Lil Doc, we was going home. So we was making sure that them old dudes and try to come up there and try to do nothing to us, bro. So we all made knives, and we had made a pact that when them dudes come up there and mess with us, we was gonna kill him. He think I'm the police. Nah. You think I'm the police? All right. If I did 17 and a half years, man, I'm the police, man. Good looking out. I don't know about that. Did you remember bank robbery Al? Yeah, I know Al. I just asked about him the other day. Yeah, Al doing pretty good, man. I asked about him the other day. I asked Shiny Mac about him. He all right. He's doing cool. Yeah, I'm not the police, bro. You know, maybe in my wishful days, I should have been one. But my boys are. The boys that I grew up in Carson. And I'm telling you, brother, I'm being honest with you. One of them is a correction officer. One of them is a sheriff, and one of them is an alphabet boy. And the other 7, 8 of them, they own their own businesses. And one of them is a bus driver. I prefer to get up in the morning, man, and get to it, bro. But shit, whatever the money costs, man, I go. Like right now, man, I'm getting a whole lot of work, bro. It's like these management companies been calling me and come do all type of stuff, man, because they don't have no maintenance guys. And I call them in and out. It's like this. It's like I get like 10 work orders a day, and I can make $2,500, bro, in that day. Just going changing like faucets, garbage disposal, unclogging a toilet or that little bitty stuff, man. You know, but I have a project that's going on. We doing an ADU. Where my guys are not they not illegal aliens. You know, I got a lot of brothers that work for me, so I'm cool in that aspect. But right now, man, that's why I say, man, dudes can get to the bag, man, because yesterday I was at Home Depot over there on Jefferson and Lincoln, and ICE came over there, man, and emptied that sucker out. And you know, people come through there, they be looking for workers. And if brothers just was like had that drive about themselves, they can get some serious money right now, man, because they can make like $300 a day messing with them people. He said, so the booty bandits was the what's the what? BGF? Nah, bro. Booty bandits was, I don't know about the BGF, bro. I just know in the county jail, in that Crip mile, them Crips was booty bandits. You know, you have some from my section, you had some from Hoover, you had some from Grape, you had some from every section that was booty bandits, man. Man, ain't no woman finna take care of me, man. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I don't, and I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't mess with no woman, bro. Don't have her shit together. You know, if a woman ain't making six figures, or she don't have her own place, and she don't got her shit together, I don't even talk to them, bro. I ain't mess with no hood rats. I learned my lesson about that shit long time ago. I just don't do it. Was 190 up and running when you were a kid in Carson? Big Kelsey, Bull, Pet Bull. Nah, bro, there was Delamo blocks. It was DA at first. It was DA. It was East Side, West Side DA. Delamo block. But I know Kelsey, I know Bull, and I know Pet Bull. I know them brothers very well, especially Kelsey. Kelsey used to get mad at me in the county jail, talking about, man, you supposed to be from over there. But I know Bull well. It wasn't 190, man, until I think Bobby Mack came out there. Do you know Bob Mack from '89? I think Bob Mack got. I don't know the story. I don't know the history behind that. But if you guys, do you guys remember a group called the Cabbage Patch over there in Carson? What year did you give 190? What do you mean? What do you mean? What year did I give 190? What are you talking about? What year did I leave? Or what year? What year did I move over there? Or what year do I give 190? I think it was 83, 82, 83. I don't know, bro. I'm just saying I think that because it was like my block, the Gladwig boys, we used to fight the Cabbage Patch all the time. And you know, they was fighting over some damn females. My block was fighting the Cabbage Patch all the time, and they was bloods. I don't know, bro. I think it was like, I don't know, man. I think it was like, see, when I was going to Curtis Junior High, so that was like 80. It was just, I think 79. It had to be like 80, 81 or 82. One of them years, bro. Because it was Delamo block at first. It was Delamo block, East Side, West Side, Delamo block. It was DA. He said he used to be from Pip Town. This dude crazy as motherfucker. Hey man, my phone is dying, bro. How long I've been on here, man? I've been on here a good while, man. It's always good to see you, brothers, man. Little man, little whoever you are, bro. I'll find out who you are. You probably from the section or somewhere, bro. But alhamdulillah, man. May Allah reward you, brothers, man. It's always a good, come on here, man, and kick the stuff with you, brothers, man. You know how that is, bro. You got some dudes just lurking in the background, but hey. And man, I wish you brothers well, man. Y'all stay safe, man. Don't let nobody trick y'all off the street. You ain't got to be tough, man. We've been there and done that already, bro. We too old for that, man. We can't do no more 20 and 30 years, bro. We can't do that, man. So, you brothers be safe, man.